Hello, everybody. How's it going? My name is Drew, and I am trying to figure out how to make concrete again. Yeah, that's how you do it. I never forgot. I was just testing you guys. I want to see if you guys remembered. But yeah, so we are actually here at the concrete farm. I think that's what I'm gonna call this place for now on, the concrete farm. Right? Do we farm it? I don't know. It's not like we were like, because like farming is like raising renewable resources. You know what I mean? It's like concrete isn't really renewable. It's like, you know what I mean? Like we're not. I don't know. We are over here getting some stuff because we are going to be going back into the mining area underground, and we're going to try to figure out a little bit more stuff there. But I would like to get some terracotta because the terracotta is actually darker than the concrete. But I really do like both blocks, and so we'll see like how both of them look down there. But I just wanted to kind of start the episode off and show you guys that, hey, this place still exists. I added another pool over there for no reason other than like looks, because you know what? It does look kind of cool. And I mean, this seems like a pretty decent way to get concrete, right? I've never once gone online and looked for concrete farm designs or anything like that. See how well we can do this. See, this seems like fairly efficient, right? Probably not the most efficient thing out there, but first I think I'll stop by the village and we might actually... I'll show off some of the stuff I did in the village, and then we'll actually probably try to get a little bit more work done in the village, and then at some point in the episode we will be going down to the mine to see what we can do down there. All right, so here we are in the village, and the thing that I probably changed the most is obviously the fishing hut over here. If you even really want to call it a fishing hut. I mean, it kind of... Can I please talk? It's more of a... I don't know. I guess it's more of a house. I kind of have this chimney on the side, so it's a little bit more cozy. But it is really hard to make... Okay, so when I do chimneys, right, it's like I actually kind of want it so it's like there is like an space in the middle for the smoke to actually rise up. So typically when I do a chimney, there's typically two fires in it. There's the fire on the bottom, then there's the fire on the top. It is so hard to kind of come up with other designs that doesn't really look like every other chimney. So it's like this chimney looks like the chimney that's over there. Ignore that monstrosity of a thing right there. I'm going to tear that down and start over. Just don't even look at that. But that is, yes, that is a chimney. Yeah, so this chimney looks like this chimney over here. And both of these chimneys look like my chimney at the house. So it's like, okay. I gotta try to come up with some more designs. Something to do. I mean, unless you guys kind of like the look. But honestly, there's not really a whole lot of resources I can really think about making chimneys out of other than like stone brick. Other than like actual brick blocks, but ugh, I'm not using those. So I think one thing to point out is that we actually opened up the lake a little bit more here. So these pillars here actually go into the water. I think that looks kind of cool to make it look like that it's actually like that's actually hanging over the water a little bit. I think that's kind of cool. And then so yeah, okay. So inside, like this is all it looks like on the inside. It's nothing special. I kind of do want to talk about the design on the outside. The trapdoors. I was going to say fences, but the trapdoors. I just kind of threw up there just for the sake of it. But the actual pattern of the oak and the spruce is actually kind of something I used to do, like back when I played Minecraft, like years and years ago. If you look at the house that I have on my old YouTube channel called Medge Vanderfield. My main house in that build had a lot of designs like this because I guess at the time I wasn't really sure on how to make like an actual like open wall or like a big flat wall like look decent, because now it's just like I kind of just throw things in front of it. But back then I used to actually just kind of play with patterns between two different pieces of wood. That is really loud for me. But I decided to kind of try that here to see if it kind of looks a little decent for a fishing hut. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's a good way to kind of make it look a little less plain, but also still kind of being a little plain, right? Like it's like we don't really have to add too much in front of it or anything like that, other than like the trapdoors. But the window up there, where that window is, that used to be another oak plank, but I switched that to a window. So I don't know. If you guys like the windows, let me know. If you guys like this build, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know what I can change. So out here, we're going to have a staircase that kind of goes down to the river. And in here is our little fishing cranny. So this is actually where our storage is going to be. Inside is primarily just going to be for maybe if we need to get through the building, like say if we're coming down from the river and we need to get to the tower, or the tower of the furnace building or whatever, we can just kind of cut through the house like this. And then I think over here, I think I might make a path that kind of maybe connects over to those houses, kind of where towards our chests are. So yeah, this is going to be our storage spot. So I think you know, we can store fishing rods up here, enchanted books for fishing and stuff like that. If we don't have it at the tower, we can have it here. And obviously all of our fishing goods, such as, you know, fish and cooked fish and all that kind of stuff. I have a smoker here so we can cook some fish. I got a furnace here so we can cook some fish and other stuff. So I'm actually, I think all in all, I'm pretty satisfied with this build. I think it looks kind of cool. And when we really do start to decorate this village, because right now, all I'm doing is I'm just kind of trying to put the basic structures up. And then once we get pretty established with the buildings that we have down, then we're actually going to start decorating the place. And I think it's going to look pretty cool. I literally have like a physical list written that of all the small details that I personally would like to have in this village. So I can't wait to actually get there. I can't wait to actually get to that actual portion of our development. And then over here, I'm still trying to figure this out with the furnace building. I've been playing with the idea. I've been kind of humoring myself with the idea of maybe just having the whole thing open like this, and then maybe even just having like, oh, I got no half slabs, but if we had a half slab here, we could kind of build like a floor, right? And so there would be a small flat ceiling above us, and then that would be the living space, and then all down here would all be open like this. Like the whole thing would just be lifted by stilts. Shout out to Jordan, Hot Cup TV, House on Stilts. What I'm actually leaning towards doing is... here I go pronouncing the name again. Uzunaru. He told me that I pronounced his name right the first time, so thank you. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. He was so kind enough to make a template of wall designs and a couple bridge designs. Really stuff that we could use in this village too. Like the bridges that he made, he told me about using like here in the ravine and stuff like that, and you know, especially a design too that works with fences if we want to fence this all off. Those bridge designs are things I will 100% do, and I think I even might use them elsewhere in the world as well. And I was looking at his walls. Oh, and what I will mention is I will put that world download, because he made a world download of these designs, of these templates, and put them on Planet Minecraft. And I'm going to link that in the description below. So if you guys want to see what I'm talking about, like, feel free. Like, the man's a genius. The man's a genius with walls. So I think what I'll probably do is I think I'm going to incorporate maybe one or two of those wall designs here in this house. So where we had the walls before, we'll probably put some of his designs in there. And then we'll try to figure out what to do with the remaining section. And I put these little feetsies here, and I was like, I don't know, that's kind of cute, but let me know if you guys like that. If you guys like the stone brick stairs, or if you don't like the stone brick stairs. I mean, I kind of like both. I think I'm actually leaning towards no stone brick stairs, but let me know what you guys think. Do I have wool? Oh, I do have wool. Okay, cool. Oh, and I think I have... Yeah, I should have plenty of dark oak. Ooh, did both our trees grow? Both our trees grow. Gosh, I'm drinking a coffee and it's like really like messing with my throat right now. It's like never happened to me before, but now it's like coffee is like hurting me. Just to kind of keep up with the consistency of working on the village a little bit every episode, I would like to try to plot down a new building layout and see how far we can get into that. I have a design in my head, a very simple design in my head that I am kind of taking from an old village design that I had. So I used to play on a realm with one of my very, very good buddies, Randy. I gave him a shout out. He's the guy that helped me get my YouTube start and all that kind of stuff. And I was originally kind of laying out a village on that realm that we had. And I'm going to try to go by memory. I lost my pictures that I had of it, of that village. But I'm going to go by memory, and I'm going to try to kind of rebuild one of the buildings that I had on it, or at least try to kind of get the same... What am I looking for? So I'm thinking of probably doing that building here where this where the stone is over here. And I don't think I want to use this layout. So let's tear this down. Let's try to figure something out. Basically, this is going to be like the most like medieval, like most cliche medieval look in a Minecraft village. Okay, so I got the base of the house down. I think this is pretty much what I was going for. A little tall, I guess. I think for a base, this is a little tall. And I'm starting to kind of question if we want to do like a basic rectangular shape for the house, but I mean, I think it's okay how it is. I don't really like the contrast between the spruce and the stone. I think it's a little bit too much, but I think, you know, like this for an example. But I mean, it'll grow on us. It always grows on me. This building has kind of grown on me, so I think I'm just going to leave it how it is for the most part. Yeah, I think I will. So how do we want to do this? So the next, yeah, so the next pillars are going to go up in these corners, and we're going to try to, that's 1, 2, 3, and this would be 1, 2, 3. That could look okay, right? Wow, this is actually perfectly measured. I wasn't even planning that. So this is kind of how it's going to look, right? And that's why we need more wool, because we're already out. Ah! Okay. Thankfully, we have a sheep farm. Okay, so this is going to be like the base idea of it. So yeah, so we're going to have the wool that kind of goes up like that. And then we're going to have... That'll probably go up a few more blocks. I definitely want the top layer to be higher up than the base of the building. The foundation, I guess. And I think that's pretty much it. It's going to be a very simple design. I don't know if we're going to have any windows in it. But this is all it's going to be. So it's just going to go up like this, probably maybe 2, 3 more blocks. And then we will slap the dark oak stairs on top. And it'll probably be another traditional roof, like one, probably like this one here, or like that one. These two roofs are actually pretty much the same roof, and then that one's a little different. Obviously, that one's pretty different. All right, so I did some work on the house, and this is how it's looking at the moment. I keep playing around with a couple of different things. The bottom here I'm trying to play with, and also the windows. Let me know if you guys like the windows. Originally, when I had this, the windows were, it was all wool, and then I thought, we should probably have some sort of windows in this house because it's starting to look like a big dark box. This is how it looked like right here. And then I replaced that with windows. I would also like to try to replace the windows with fences to see if that looks a bit better. I think I'd like that a little bit more because I think with the windows, this is starting to look a little bit too modern for what I'm kind of thinking in this general area. But I mean, like, we all have a say. If you guys really like the windows, let me know. I think I'll try the fences later anyway, just to see. But for the most part, I think we pretty much have the general idea of this house down. It's not really looking finished or anything like that. Like, I don't know what the inside of this house is actually going to look like, but I was kind of starting to wonder a little bit if the foundation is a little bit too small. So I even thought about if we played with this, like if we did move the logs out this way, right? And then we moved the foundation up like this. You know, would that kind of help support the look of the house a little bit? I think it would. I think we could try that. But I really wanted to make it look like that the top was kind of sticking out a bit more. But we can try all kinds of different stuff. So, like, I mean, nothing obviously is set in stone here in this village so far. Pretty much everything that you see here can all potentially change. All right, guys. So I think I'm going to try to put the walls up here on this blacksmith building. And I'm actually going to use the designs that Uzunaru shared and his world download that's linked in the description. And I hopped over to the creative world and I'm going to look at it again real quick. I want to make sure that, yeah, okay. So we need some trapdoors for this design as well. So we need the spruce, I think it's spruce, right? That's what the spruce trapdoors look like. No, oh my god, I made planks. We don't have any trapdoors. All right, there we go. Let's make some more, actually. Okay, that should be okay. So I think the nice thing about some of his designs is that some of them actually had stone to it as well. So I got to make sure that... Okay, so I think it was stone all the way on the bottom. It was stone all the way on the bottom like this. And let's make sure... Yeah, let's make sure that all looks pretty decent. Okay, so we can start filling this in here. Okay, so we're going to need some fences as well. And this is where I got to try to figure out... So here's my problem. These are... Oh, no. I don't have a problem. It's odd numbers. So is this how we want to do it? It's going to look a little different. My proportions are not the same as his templates. But I think it's going to be pretty darn close. So I was just coming back from my house to get some supplies, and I kind of want to raise the question to you guys. Do you think this house that we just built is a little too big? Because it really does stick out from here. These houses all feel a little bit smaller. Even the blacksmith building, the fisherman's hut. This house really does seem to stand out. I mean, we will be building a potions tower, like, right beside it, so I'm sure the tower will kind of help with the skyline a bit, too. But I just wanted to run that by you guys. What do you guys think of this house overall? What do you think of the size? We can always shrink it. It's no problem. It's not a whole lot to shrink. Like, we don't really have to do a whole lot if we want to change the proportions at all. But let me know what you guys think. So this is how it's looking right now. I kind of have a little bit more decoration in there. Obviously, furnaces, blast furnaces. I got some smokers. I got this repair, disenchant thingamabobber. Can't remember what it's called. Grindstone, anvil, all that kind of stuff. And obviously our storage. I'm really liking the walls. I'll show you what the walls look like all the way around. And for the top part of the walls too, like these ones, I just decided to stick with the stripped spruce plank. Or not spruce plank, spruce log. And I think that's looking pretty good too. So, oh, I forgot some fences. Oh, no. Okay. So, so there is actually an inside now to the place. It's not furnished or anything like that. The only thing I really will have are going to be beds in here. And then it comes upstairs, and then there's going to be more beds here for villagers. And then we can see the downstairs too. So if I'm missing anything, like if I'm missing any sort of decoration detail or anything like that, let me know, guys. I can still try to figure this out. I can still try to change some things. I did switch out the glass with the fences. Let me know if you like this better. I think I like this better. Especially if we plant like these really tall trees kind of around the building. This building is going to look like really, really, really cool. Not just when we actually decorate it more, but when we actually decorate around it. And it's the same thing with these buildings too. Like we're going to have all kinds of trees here, and I'm thinking of even taking this podzol, like really trying to get as much podzol as we can, and just replace the whole area mostly with podzol. I think that could look pretty cool too. My favorite biome in the game is the I think it's the mega taiga. That's with all these big spruce trees and the podzol. That's just my favorite biome. Like I absolutely love that biome, and that's why I can't wait for the mountain update. Alrighty, guys. So now we are down here in the mine, and I got my green concrete, and I even got some terracotta here as well. So basically, what I wanted to use this resource for was to try to kind of use it to decorate the sides of the caves down here. Basically, when I look at this block, like the green concrete, I kind of think of having it as like a wall. You know what I mean? Like if we had it... Wow, that's a really bad spot for it. Let me try to find a decent spot. What I feel like I struggle with the most down here is how to decorate the sides. Because like our cave down here is just such a mess. Like there's so many different branches and stuff like that that we have to clean up and stuff like that. Like like this up there. Like what is that? But I'll tell you one thing. Like this whole area looks a lot different than how it used to. But oh, see, that looks even pretty good. Like you know what I mean? Like yeah, that does look pretty good. I won't lie. Having this color down here, I think will look like fantastic. Oh, did I mention too that I moved the stairs over here? Because in all honesty, like I just don't like, I think down here, having the stairs down here looked really nice. Like just kind of coming down and having a grand staircase kind of in front of us. But I honestly prefer to enter this area from this angle than from this angle. So I think over here is just probably a better entrance point to this area. And, you know, the more that I think about it now, the more we could probably try to mix in... Oh, I need a crafting bench. The more we could probably try to mix in some other concrete. We could try to maybe make this area look a little bit more colorful. I need to go dig up some more terracotta at the Badlands biome. Yeah, that looks pretty good too. We could probably try to mix in both, but like, do we want to actually build structures with these resources, or do we just want to have these resources acting as like these faces? You know what I mean? Like kind of like how it is already right now. Because what I was kind of thinking is like we don't need a lot of room because we are learning that the villagers now in the game are more based on beds. So wherever their bed is, they'll just go sleep at that bed. And so when it's nighttime, they don't need to see a building and recognize it as a house. They just need to have an assigned bed. So all we really have to do is kind of place like these spots here, like these the pillars here, and then all we really have to do is make a door here, lay the bed right here, and then they can kind of come in, sleep when it's nighttime, and then get up and then come back out. So we don't need to go in here for anything. It's just like to mark kind of where the beds are for the villagers down here. So I think that's kind of what I'm mostly playing with right now. What else could we do down here? Like, that's the thing. I need lots of ideas on what to do down here to really fill in this space, because we have this really vast open space down here that we just need to really fill it in with details. So it's like, I have the ideas of, we can make ponds down here, we can put vines down here, we could plant trees, like put some leaves for bushes, all that kind of stuff. Have villagers down here, mark where the villagers' beds are down here. And it's like, what else can we really do to kind of make this place feel full? I mean, over here we have our skeleton farm, right? So we need like a storage area for that down here. So we could probably set up a pretty decent storage area, maybe around here along these lines. We need the small rail station that connects down here to the mining storage building. So we got to do that. So make a list, everybody. Make a list on what we need. I'm trying to make a list right now. Well, okay, everybody. I think that's probably going to do it for this episode. I got to run some more ideas for down in the mine. And I really want to hear what you guys have to say about it as well. Do you guys like the concrete down there? I think I really do. I also really like that terracotta down there. I think the green looks really nice, especially when we kind of decorate it with a little bit more greenery, such as the trees and leaves and all that kind of good stuff. So, yeah, I think next episode we'll probably do some more work in the village, and I'll try to find some other side project that we can do next episode as well. Maybe get back to the bee area. That would be kind of cool. But I'm really trying to, since we started that village, I'm really trying to get back to some old projects before we really start anything new and crazy. So I do have some ideas for some new stuff to do, but I really want to finish up some of the stuff that's kind of lasted, 10 or more episodes at this point. So anyway, with that being said, I'll see you on the next one.